Yo, what's going on, everybody? Genesis here, coming at ya with another deck profile. I know this one's a little behind, you know, with the season of Blaster now upon us, with the release of the Bluish Flame set. But I figured, you know, you boys might want some variety, a little change, in case you're tired of just playing blasters, fighting blasters, you know. So I decided, you know, with me finally completing and finishing, you know, my my Narukami deck, my brawlers, the new archetype for Narukami, right? I figured, you know, why not share with you guys in case you wanna, you know, spice things up. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so here we have it. This is the final version of my Narukami deck. In case you guys haven't seen, in case you've been missing out, I played this all last season. This is pretty much the main deck we used once they released with the last set. I had an absolute blast with it. If you guys missed it, I'm streaming it on Twitch. Make sure to check out. The link will be down below. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, right? That's what you guys are after, right? So our boy Big Bang, main boy of the deck, right? If you're in Legion Camp, let's do. Get 5k. Get the following ability: attack your opponent's entire front row in one attack. What is your Vangaurd? If he attacks another Vangaurd, he gets another 2k. So he goes 22. You get the 5, right? Goes 27. No booster, right? He'll get over most defensives anyway. But that's not what you're gonna use him for, right? With this counterblast, he turns into Vermilion. You know, we wipe out the front row. This is what your end game's going to be. This is what you're going to use them for. This isn't going to be your pressure card. You're going to use this to clear the field out, let your rear guards do the work. You know, hit them with when they're at, you know, 5 damage, maybe push in while they're at 4. You know, this isn't not your pressure card, right? But to fill in that gap, right, to apply that extra pressure, you know, get them to that 4, that 5 point. So where you can use Big Bang effectively. We got our boy Shotgun Blow Dragon. This is probably my favorite card of the set, right? We only got 3. Don't let this mislead you here. We would swap 4 if you got 4, run 4, right? But it's not necessary in case you want to, you know, make it a little bit more budget friendly. What Shotgun Blow? When you use your Vanguard, you counterblast 2 when you Legion, right? Okay, very important here. To retire 2 of your opponent's rear guards at random, with priority to the back row. If you have more units than your opponent, it gets an extra critical. This will include the Legion mate as well. So with a full field, right, you would have technically 7 units. So keep that in mind. You do get to pop 2 off, so keep it in mind there when you're trying to figure out if you're going to have more units. Do count in that Legion mate, right? But the big thing to remember with this effect, though, is that a lot of starters now have resist. Units with resist don't get hit by this. Meaning you can use this effect to clear out their interceptors. Alright? So keep that in mind when going for pushes, right? And then he gets an extra 2k when he attacks, making him 22, right? This combos really well with a lot of the grade 1s and 2s that you'll see later on here in a minute. But this is where your main pressure is going to come from. All right, next we're gonna get into our backup Legion. This is for when you've got no more counterblast. Big Bang's done his thing. Your opponent is somehow still alive, you know, and you've only got a couple of turns left at most, right? This is when we rely on our Sky Beat Dragon. When he Legions, you get to retire one of your opponent's front row for free. It's clean, it's easy. I'm pretty sure this guy came out in the trial deck when these guys first released as well. And as an addition, he gets another 2k, like as most Legions do, making him 22, right? This is your backup plan. The general ride chain you really want to go into is obviously you want to go into your Shotgun Blow to apply the pressure, get that extra critical. Then you want to go into your Big Bang to help push them, you know, and finish them off, pull out all those PGs. And then, you know, if you've got no more counterblasts left, they somehow, you know, say they got like all 4 PGs or whatever. That's when you want to go into your boy Sky Beat and finish them off. And then, of course, to fill in the gap, we got Whhhaaa. Basically, he's kind of just our best choice right now. When he hits, he does get the counter charge, so the extra unflip is nice. He's not really all that special. Next is the 2s, right? So, Big Bang Slash. This is a Legion mate to our Big Bang Dragon. When your Brawler Vanguard attacks and hits, this unit gets plus 3k, right? Very good to know. This can help push on your turn 2s and stuff like that. Help hit in case you win first. You know, and they're on their grade 1, that 7k rate, you can get a good push off. But, as well to take in note, is that when you do use Big Bang's effect, and you attack, each one of those is considered a hit. So therefore, Big Bang Slash gets 9k off if your opponent's not at 5, right? Because you need that extra hit to go through. Meaning he can get pretty big on his own, pretty easy. So keep that in mind, you know, it helps push with the columns too. And then of course, to help balance out the deck, because it's pretty counterblast heavy. We do have our Plasma Claw. This is kind of like, I believe it's like Zaherd from the Eradicator set. He did a similar thing as well. When he hits a Vanguard, and you have a Brawler Vanguard, you get to Soul Charge and then Counter Charge. This is pretty much what you're going to use. I find one of the more basic combos you'll end up going into, or at least I found myself going into, was going into our Shotgun Blow turn 3. Getting the counterblast off, clearing out their intercepts, allowing Plasma to hit for free. Then they would usually check their defensives or whatever. And then with the extra critical, Shotgun Blow can either push them to 5, kill them, or he's going to pull out a PG if you've been playing right. It's very easy in this deck to kill your opponent or set up lethal on turn 3, and then finish the game off 4-5 if you play correctly, and you know your triggers go your way. Next, we have Brawler Sky Howl Dragon. This is the Legion mate for our Sky Beat. Pretty much this is kind of like our Blaster Blade, Blaster Dark, Death Scythe. Counterblast to retire one of your opponent's regards. You kind of don't really have room for his effect too often. You do got to be careful because both of our big boys do cost 2 each. So unless you've been getting Plasma Claw through, or your triggers have been going well, you probably aren't going to be able to afford that extra counterblast. So keep that in mind. You may just want to hold it till the end, but generally if you've got 2, you're probably just going to end up going with Big Bang. And then of course we have our Lisi, who is our Legion mate for Shotgun Blow. This is probably your next best grade 2, if not your best grade 2 really. When your opponent's triggered is retired, he gets an extra 3k each. So when you use your Big Bangs, you use your Shotgun Blows, he's going to get an extra like 6 real easy. And then you just get a good booster behind him, and you can push through defenses very easily with this unit. If your opponent is generally at, say, 5 damage, you use Big Bang, you know, you'll get your big enough boost, you can push through and get those PGs with them easily. So next is our grade 1s. First up, we got Arc. When your opponent's rigger is retired, it gets an extra 3k, same as Lisi. Generally, that's going to be your column. Together, they can get up pretty high. If you retire both of your opponent's front rear guards and back rear guards, that would be 3, 6, 9, 12 apiece. So he would get it up to 19. You're looking at 21. You know, it's about a 40k column right there. Yeah, they ain't checking enough defensives to get to survive that. There's no way. Then, of course, we got our 4 PGs. We're running gold just to prevent getting pushed too hard. I did run the other PGs, but it just didn't work out that well. Because we end up getting pushed a little too much. We do want to prevent some of our opponents' damage, you know, just in case. Because some kids are running crits, you know. You want to be a little careful. And then, of course, we have our Rising Phoenix. Very important card in the deck. This is what's going to help fuel our drop zone as well as keeping our hand going. You do gotta be careful. You know, you can drop hand very quickly in this deck, and if you do, you're pretty much just done for. It just is, unfortunately, the format of the game, right? So we got Rising Phoenix to help prevent that. Okay. This will help blow out all of your Legion mates that you've got locked into your soul from re-legioning and that. I did find it to do that quite a bit in this deck as well, because you do want to get your Sky Beats in that back just in case. And then next up, probably the most important grade 1, really, is Helena. When this attack hits, when she boosts, you get to discard a card from hand, so it's a basic drop draw. Very important, helps fuel the drop zone, helps filter the hand. Without it, you're just done. I did try running 4. It was kind of okay. I did get her, you know, but I did kind of notice that not having the extra Phoenix did kind of hurt a bit. We weren't able to fill the drop zone as consistently, which is a big thing, right? You want to be consistent with your deck, right? So we're running 3 copies of pretty much everybody than the 4 PGs. Helena, very, very important. If you get Helena behind Big Bang, when you do his effects, right, and you attack the entire front row, with each one of those being a hit, use that as an individual drop draw as well, so you can filter 3 times just off the Vanguard alone, which is pretty big. Allows you to get through your deck really quick and get those extra pieces that you might be missing and really drill for those PGs, in case you just didn't happen to have any, because PGs, without them, you're just done. You're just done. Another reason why we're running the 9 draws as well, right? Just keep that hand going. And then, of course, the only starter that we need is Draco Kid. When you are in Legion, counterblast 1, put him into your soul, have your Vanguard get the following ability. When your opponent's front row rear is retired, also retire the opponent's rearguard in the back row behind it. Right? Now, the important thing to remember with this effect that even I sometimes forgot, right? Is that you don't have to kill him with an effect. You can just attack. Draco Kid doesn't care how the front row unit is removed, as long as it is removed. So with this effect, you can attack your opponent's intercepts with your intercept. If you used, say you legioned into like shotgun or something, or, you know, Sky Beat, whatever it be, right? Or not even, right? You can just use it. Say you, it's the turn after. Anyway, you just put it in and you attack the intercepts. It gets rid of the unit in the back as well. You can use that to boost up, say, your next attack. In case maybe they got a 2 and a 3 or something set up, right? Help make that extra column a bit bigger. But yeah, very good for controlling the back row. Very important. The only starter you're going to run. With that, that is the deck. Gotta say, is probably my favorite deck of the set. Until, obviously, Shadows came out. We'll cover that in another video, though. But thank you so much if you made it this far. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. Let me know, what are you guys running for the set, you know? What Legion deck have you been running? What's helping you climb ladder? If you guys want to see more, check out the links down below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch as well. I stream pretty regularly on there. And until next time, guys, I'll let the showcase play out, and I'll catch you all in the next one.